He's just looking there. He's getting killed. He's like, please let me go. Okay, you win. It's like these fake martial artists, I don't know why, they actually have students. They have full-on dojos, full stuff, and they're teaching this stuff. Now this is a problem. That's the fake Conor McGregor.
Let's go a little into left field here. Canvas.
We're gonna take it to
sure
the body.
It was more of the accumulation of damage than anything.
We're gonna take it to the head. Oh, when it came to sparring, I was like, why is this guy moving so much? I cannot hit him. And it's just like, this is a whole new ballgame. I like the sound effects. They're funny. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Axel and I'll be reacting to fake martial art masters versus real fighters. And I'll be giving you my commentary why this is so dangerous. I'll be reacting to the video of Ultimate Martial. The link for the channel will be in my description and you should really go and subscribe to the channel. I won't be reacting to the entire video because I want you to go to their channel and watch the whole thing there. I'll only be reacting for free clips, and then you go there and subscribe to the channel and watch the whole thing with them. All right, so let's get into it.
Verärgert man besser nicht. Ui! Die zweite Sitzrichtung, das.
If at first you don't succeed, then try again. Or at least that would be a good idea if you actually knew how to fight.
Yeah, when they're skipping like that, where they're
if at first you don't succeed, then try again. Or at least that would be a good idea if you actually knew how to fight. Because for this fake kung fu master, challenging a semi-decent Sanda fighter ended up losing him more brain cells in about 60 seconds than most people lose in years. He just seemed to think that his best course of action was to try and run head first into the actual fighter's punches. It got him knocked down once, then yet again when he finally...
The other guy is not like an expert or anything. He doesn't look that his stance is kind of the same, but he looked more prepared for this than this guy. Now, here's the real problem I got with this. These fake martial artists, I don't know why, they actually have students. They have full-on dojos, full stuff, and they're teaching this stuff. Now this is a problem. They teach this stuff and students believe they can fight. You know, one thing is hitting pads and doing all this kata and looking amazing. Another thing is getting pressure when you're fighting. It's on a whole new ballgame. You know, targets are moving. It happened to me when I started doing karate. I was like, amazing at forms and everything. When it came to sparring, I was like, why is this guy moving so much? I cannot hit him. And it's just like, this is a whole new ballgame. There are two-way different things. Practice both. Practice your katas, practice your form, practice the pad, but you also need to spar or do some form of resistance exercise with another person, with another human being, because that's when you get the timing, you know how you will react when you get hit. You will know how to react when someone is attacking you, and you can prove then what skills will work, what skills will not work. So this is very important. So when I see these students getting lessons from these masters, it's dangerous. It's actually dangerous because most likely they will get hurt, and they will quit martial arts, and they will be joining any clubs because they think that is martial arts. I like the sound effects. They're funny.
What about the students of the great Zhu Xiaodong? Surely they also know a thing or two about putting fake fighters in their place? Well, for as much as it might seem like we're picking on Tai Chi masters in this video, they seem to have an annoying attraction to trying to prove themselves in...
What is up with Tai Chi masters pretending that they can fight? I mean, I always thought that Tai Chi was for meditation, self-help, exercise, the breathing and all that. I mean, it's like me saying, hey, I'm a yoga teacher, you know, I can beat you in a fight. Hey, George St. Pierre, I do yoga, so, you know. It's insane. Why these Tai Chi masters are claiming that they can fight? They cannot fight, let alone they're entering a ring with experienced fighters and with combat fighters.
fights, they just can't
Combat
win.
fighters.
And for this guy, he decided to try his luck at fighting one of Zhao Dong's students.
Look at that.
But you can immediately see just how bad everything is in his skill set. His balance, footwork, punching form, everything, all sucks.
The problem is that they get so cocky. These dudes get so cocky. They believe they can go into any gym, any ring, any place and beat up. And they always act for the best fighter. Well, I gotta give them credit for that. At least they're brave. But to be honest, this is so dangerous.
Why was this yellow belt fighting a black belt? Well, the tournament that this fight took place in somehow set these two guys up.
Yeah, Kyokushin tournaments, they do that. They pair black belts with yellow belts, or even with white belts. I have no idea why. I was present present for one of their tournaments, and it's just brutal. And I saw that white belts were straight up getting destroyed by black belts. And I have no idea why Kyokushin have this rule. If you have any idea why Kyokushin karate tournaments do this in their tournaments, let me know in the comment section, please.
Well, this 30-year veteran of Kung Fu came face-to-face with a dude who started boxing 8 months before this video was taken.
No, you're kidding me.
The resulting fight just proved how totally ineffective his skills were. Well, in the end, whatever he was doing wasn't working. And in the face of imminent defeat, he basically decided to quit on himself. But
I wonder how many times he said, "I can beat any fighter I want. I can beat anyone." I wonder how many times he said that, because they do say that.
But how about a martial arts master who actually knows what he's doing, just to mix things up? We're seeing a lot of MMA fighters very quickly figuring out the fighting style of a much inferior opponent. But man, seeing how this Kyokushin fighter deals with a mixed martial artist gives us renewed faith in older fighting forms. Just look at that fluidity. Look at his ability to close the distance. This is a true master at work.
Yeah, those kicks
you can tell by his body language.
I think that this is MMA fighter is a grappler or a jiu-jitsu guy or something, because he got the body mass for that. So when it comes to the striking game, I know that he will be in a disadvantage. Expert martial artists in sparring, I'm talking about taekwondo guys, karate guys, kickboxing guys, Muay Thai guys. When they transition to MMA, they actually do good because they already have a strong foundation of striking. When the rules change in the UFC, when the rules change in more of a striking game, you cannot grapple for hours on the floor. And back in the day, you can be the whole round in the ground. So people start booing. It was boring, everything. That's why we have so many knockouts now. Dude, what happened was they just changed the rule, and you cannot be in the ground for the whole round. So you have to actually fight and strike. So now is evening things up. So a BJJ guy, a judo guy, a wrestling guy who developed a great striking game is going to be unstoppable. No doubt about it. Let's continue.
Anything about this channel, you'll know that we love watching bullies get humble. And for certain coaches who are truly masters of dishing out humble pride, they'll actually pair up this nuisance with a teenager or a smaller fighter just to make sure their ego won't allow them to make excuses. And for this bully, watching him get dissected by a 16-year-old opponent was pretty sweet. Now, look, this wasn't just any teenager. The guy could clearly box. But there's no way this dude came out of this session with the same arrogance as before. And when the finish finally arrived, it was a body shot that off-balanced the bully enough to cause him to crash to the canvas.
We're gonna take it to
sure
the body.
It was more of the accumulation of damage than anything.
We're gonna take it to the head. Oh.
If the MMA guy is smart, he's gonna find a way to grab a hold of his opponent as soon as he can. And you can see how easy it is for him to begin to dominate this one.
You have to deal with
the
that.
The Wing Chun guy,
when you fight
put it lightly, is totally clueless on the ground. And when the choke comes, he basically has no answer for it. He holds the choke a second or two longer than expected after the tap, just to really assert his dominance.
Yep.
And he could have finished this one anyway.
This is what I'm saying. It's very dangerous to fight these dudes, challenging them into fights like this. That's why the rules exist. Look, I've been saying this for a quite long time. I made a video about it. They say in the streets or whatever, There are no rules, there are no this and that. MMA fighters won't do good because there are no referee, gloves, or whatever. Those things are there to protect the fighters. Imagine this guy going, these guys with all that ability going all out against regular people, no referees, no rules, no gloves. Man, I could go 100% of this fool. You know what I mean? Because on when we see in their fights, on the prize fighting fights it's just whatever they can do, but we don't know what they actually all they can do. Let's see what if I explain this better. Let me see if I can explain this better. All right. So when you're fighting in a ring, you're doing this, you're doing that, you do whatever it works, but you don't know all the back of tricks that these fighters know. They can adapt to anything. So Wing Chun masters with no ground game, with no experience of how they can prevent the takedowns, this is what is going to happen. And this guy is not a referee, so he should be more aggressive in trying to stop the attacker. He's just looking there. His guy is getting killed. He's like, please let me go. Okay, you win. It's like, you good, fam? And this one is like, I'm not gonna let you out. That's the fake Conor McGregor.
Let's go a little into left field here. Although we're dealing with fake masters here, what can truly be faker than adopting the look and fighting style of your hero, in this case Conor McGregor, and stubbornly signing on the dotted line to fight, thinking that you'll win? Well, for Maurice Adorf, this was a pretty bad decision. Sure, he was trained as an MMA fighter, but man, he could have been any one of these fake martial artists, because the way he looked in the fight was all for show, and there was basically nothing underneath the surface. His opponent must have been shocked at how simple it was for him to totally decimate Adorf.
So this is what happened.
McGregor,
he's probably a good fighter.
Would remain a laughing stock for years to come.
Probably. He's probably a good fighter. No doubt, because if he's there in this scenario and at this level, he's definitely a good fighter. His problem is that he wasn't himself. He went in there pretending to be Conor McGregor. He was relieving Conor McGregor, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can emulate Conor McGregor, but find your own style within his style. Find your own voice. Find your own pattern. Find your own way. You can adopt his style, his movement, or whatever, because he was you see him as your teacher, but don't go pretending to be him, because you're gonna forget to be you and you're gonna get knocked out. There's no doubt in my mouth that this guy is a fantastic fighter, but he went in there pretending to be someone else and he got knocked out. So I'm gonna leave it there. Please check them out. Check Ultimate Martial channel. Subscribe to their channel. The channel link is in the description of this video, and I hope you enjoy it. Now I'll see you in the next one, and remember, train hard, work hard, all these cliche stuff. See you in the next one, everybody.